What's up everybody, Iojiki here, and today I wanted to talk to you about the Nintendo Switch. Now you may or may not know, but I've been a big Nintendo fan for most of my life. I've had most of the consoles in my life, and some of the consoles I haven't had just due to monetary restraints and stuff. But I've been a huge Nintendo fan, and tonight is going to be the Nintendo Switch event. So they are going to present the Nintendo Switch and all its glory. They're going to show us the specs, they're going to show us the launch games, they're going to show us all of that good stuff, and I am going to be streaming it live, and I just wanted to make a video to invite you guys to come watch it with me. I'm going to be live at twitch.tv/Iojiki. That's usually where I stream all of my stuff. But you guys can come by and hang out with me and we can talk about the Switch. I'm going to be starting to stream at 7 p.m. Central Time. And then it's going to be going until the Switch event, which is going to be at 10 p.m. Central Time until the event is done. So we're going to be basically playing a lot of different games during that whole build-up part. So you guys can come anytime, chat with me. We're going to be talking about the Switch, what our predictions are going to be. It's going to be really great. We're going to end up watching the event live at 10 p.m. provided everything goes all right there. And then I will be posting my reactions here on YouTube. So if you guys are unable to make the actual stream and you guys do want to see my reactions later, or perhaps you are watching the event by yourself and you do want to see my reaction later, you can always check on the YouTube after. I also am going to be talking briefly in this video about what my predictions are going to be for the Switch, what I would like to see, and what we have sort of rumored to happen anyway, just so we have it all out there, so that way when it happens tomorrow you guys can either say, oh, you were totally right, or you were way off. It's gonna be great. So back when they showed the original Switch trailer on YouTube, I was super hyped about it, but I didn't do a cover of the actual video because when I watched it, I wasn't near my computer and I didn't want to force a reaction when I went back and watched it again for a more in-depth analysis on it. And besides, there had been a lot of YouTubers that had covered that stuff, so I didn't really want to kind of get mixed up with the rest of the crowd, even though a lot of people were just getting a bunch of views because they happened to be reacting to the video. I didn't want to try and capitalize on that because you guys are a little bit above that. I just wanted to try and get in there and I actually wanted to do genuine reactions for you guys, like my first time reactions, not analysis stuff, because you guys don't need somebody to break it down like 15 million times for you guys. You guys want honest reactions from me, and I didn't watch it normally, so I wanted to give my reaction to this event for sure. But let's talk about the original trailer real quick. So the original trailer was really cool. It showed a lot of stuff that the Switch could potentially do. It was more of like a proof of concept video because they didn't actually have any gameplay shown that was actual gameplay. It was more like, oh, here's a couple of games that we were thinking maybe to put on it. They showed Skyrim, that it could potentially run Skyrim, which was later backed up by Bethesda saying that, oh, well, you know, it doesn't actually run Skyrim yet. It's just, you know, we're proud to be partnered with Switch to maybe show that it could run on it. And there was a whole lot of backpedaling there. They've been kind of in a situation where what's a rumor, what's not a rumor. We've had people spoiling things that are potentially a rumor and then later, you know, canceled out. We've had confirmed lists of launch games and non-confirmed lists of launch games. As it stands right now, there's not really a concrete confirmed list of launch games. However, they have been heavily marketing Breath of the Wild, so my prediction is that Breath of the Wild is going to be a launch game for the Switch, regardless of the fact that we've had reports reporting that it's not going to be a launch game for the Switch. For whatever reason, it may be within the next couple of months or something. I think it's going to be a launch game for the Switch. I think that they're nuts if they don't do a launch game with Breath of the Wild. It's going to be such a system seller and they really need to do it. I think that we're also going to see the new 3D Mario game, maybe not at launch. I'm not sure if we've seen enough of it at launch, and you would think that with a 3D Mario game they would actually want to showcase a lot of the potential for that game to be at launch. However, I think that they may include a Mario game. It just may not be the new 3D Mario that we want. It could be the Raving Rabbids one that we had been hearing rumors about. I think though that if they do include Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild at launch, that it'll be really good. It'll carry the system for quite some time until they do get their Mario games out. It's also been rumored that Splatoon is going to come back for the system as kind of like a remastered version. That was kind of shown in the original trailer as well. And whether or not that happens, I'm not really sure. I never played Splatoon originally on the Wii U, so I'm not really sure if I'm happy about that or not, but it is potentially coming back, and that's going to make some fans that are happy, and some people like me who didn't get a chance to play it on the Wii U perhaps can actually play it on the Switch. Not only that, but it was been rumored that Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U is going to be released for the Switch, potentially with new characters or something. As somebody who didn't get a chance to play that either on the Wii U, I am also looking forward to potentially being able to play that on the Switch. And with the Switch portability and stuff, I'm really curious to see if I can just like bring it out and play some Brawl with people on the same console, you know, on the same Switch station as I pull it out. So let's talk real quick about specs and pricing, because that has been a kind of a hot topic debate. There's been a lot of rumors as, well, is it going to be as powerful as it when it's undocked? Is it when it is docked? Is it going to upscale? Is it going to be 1080p, 720p, whatever? And there's a lot of specs going around, a lot of people throwing around a lot of numbers, people who are smarter than me at it. And I'm not going to pretend to know what the specs are going to be. I'm just going to kind of give what I would like to see on the Switch as specs. I would like it to be pretty comparable to most tablet sizes if possible. You know, we have a phone I have a phone that's pretty hefty, but I also have a tablet that's 9.7 inches, and I don't think that the Switch is going to be that big, but I think that it could be potentially around 6 to 7 inches perhaps. Would be really nice, good, pretty good screen size. With the handles, it could be a little bit more cumbersome, I don't know. As for price point though, there's been a lot of rumors tossed around for numbers. Some people are thinking that it's going to be around $250 for the base model, and that is including the Nintendo Switch itself, a docking station, and the 2 Joy-Con controllers, which, for if you don't know, are the 2 handles on the side that kind of detach and let you use them as controllers. It may also come with the Joy-Con grip, which will hold the controllers into a more kind of normal control scheme when you are at home or have it docked onto your station. I think that they are going to do a bundle kind of situation. Now, I don't think that they're going to do a bundle with like a Pro controller, which would be nice if they did that, but I think they're going to sell the Pro controller separately if you want that option, and that may be something that would be really cool to pick up in the future, but I don't think it's necessary to enjoy the Switch right away to pick up a Pro controller. It'd be just nice to have in the future. I think that the Joy-Con grip to get the full experience is going to be just fine at first, and then you can just take it off and put it on whenever you need to do your mobile gaming. I do, however, think that they are going to bundle a game with the Switch. Now, there's been a lot of debate as what kind of bundles they're going to do. Are they going to do a pack-in game? Which, if you guys don't know what a pack-in game is, it's just like when the Wii came out, they included Wii Sports as a pack-in game, and it was like, hey, thanks for buying the Wii, here's a free game. Now, I don't think that they're going to do that with like Breath of the Wild or something. I think that they're going to capitalize on making that its own selling point. However, I think that they are going to pack in a game. It could be Splatoon, that has been rumored for a bit. It could be some other kind of Wii U game that they're just re-releasing onto the Switch. It'd be nice if it was Splatoon or something. That would be kind of a multiplayer game. Plus, I think Splatoon had a single-player campaign as well, so you can be able to have something to play. It's always nice to be able to buy a system and have a game to play, even if you don't buy a game. I think when I got the Wii U, I think I bought Legend of Zelda at the time when it first came out, but I also had Wii Sports to play, and it was really, really good that I was able to play both of those games, and in case I got bored of one game, I was able to play the other one. But I definitely think that if Breath of the Wild is a release game, that it is going to carry the sales more than a pack-in game. And I think that if they do pack in a game that's like Splatoon or something, I think it'll also help their sales a little bit. But $250 for a base model would be pretty good. I think that if they do like a bundle with Breath of the Wild, it'll be looking more like $300 range for that stuff, not including tax. And that's of course US dollars, because I live in America, so I'm not, for all you people who are not in America, I'm not using the pounds or anything. I don't know the conversion rates. I'm just saying it's going to be about $300 US when it comes out. And I think that that's a pretty reasonable price for the Switch. Now, it really depends on the specs to if that is actually a reasonable price. I think if it's $250 to $300, and it's pretty comparable to the other systems, or even just a little bit less powerful, then I think that it's going to be a good seller, because basically what they're saying is, you know, you can have an Xbox, you can have a PC, you can have a PS4, but if you want to have our system as well, you can also include our system. And I think that that's a really smart move for them, because they're saying, you know, you don't have to exclusively have our system, that you can have multiple systems if you want. Now, there's been a lot of talk about exclusives versus third-party games on the Switch, and they're saying that they're very third-party game heavy. Now, Nintendo has had a reputation in the past of shying away from third-party games. They've had Nintendo exclusive games. You have your Mario, you have your Sonic, you have your Legend of Zelda and stuff, and that's been all great. But a lot of people have been shying away from buying those Nintendo systems. They may buy them for the exclusives, but they don't really stick around with the Nintendo system because they don't have those third-party supports on them. Now, a lot of developers, and there's a huge list of people who are in support of the Switch, they have talked that it is very fun to develop for the Switch, and I think that with the Switch control scheme, it is making it very friendly for developers to develop for the Switch in the way that they normally would, because it has comparable controls to the Xbox and the PS4. But I think at the same time, it also gives them the creative freedom to design unique controls, especially if we get motion control or touch control or anything in it. And there's been rumors that the system is going to be touch control. It is going to have a motion control system as well. And if all these rumors are true, then the Switch is looking to be very, very awesome to have. Now, I'm not just going to talk about pros here, because there is a dark side to the Nintendo whole thing, and I'm going to kind of approach it from that as well. Now, I don't like to talk about the negatives, but Nintendo's track record has not been the best, and it has burned a lot of bridges with a lot of fans. I am not personally one of those fans. However, a lot of my friends are very skeptical over the Nintendo Switch. They're saying, well, it could be just another gimmicky system from Nintendo. Or is Nintendo just doing another gimmicky system? How much are they going to rely on the fact that, oh, hey, it's portable as well. You can dock it, but you can take it as well. I don't know how much they're going to rely on that gimmick, or if they're going to actually say, you know what? It's portable, yes, but that is not our selling point. Our selling point is you have a console that is powerful enough to play the games that you want to play. You can play your third-party games on it. You can play your exclusive games on it. It's going to be really fun to play in a docked form, but if you have to get up and go, then you can take it to go. Because a lot of the people that want to take it to go are not going to be like on the go 24/7. It's people like me who are like, oh, well, maybe we want to walk in the other room, but we don't want to like put down our game. Let's just pick it up and go. And that's kind of what the Wii U could do as well. But this is, you know, of course, it's all in one. Or for me, if I want to travel and I want to visit friends and stuff, I can take it with me to go, and I can say, here's the Switch. Let's hook it up and play it. And the way that they're setting it up to be so portable and so user-friendly for playing multiplayer games, it's going to be very interesting to see if they actually follow through with that or not. And I'm interested to see if they release any information about what their plans are for that. I'm also really interested to see what their online plans are. Now, there have been a couple of rumors that online is going to be free for a little while. Now, I'm not sure if that means that they're going to start charging for it eventually, but I'm not really sure what their online game is going to be. Like, are they planning on having Wi-Fi everywhere, or are they going to have some sort of mobile network that you're going to be able to connect to and play online games? This is a system that's designed to be super mobile, but if you have to have a Wi-Fi system and you have to be connected to the internet in order to play your Wi-Fi games, then that does limit the mobility just a little bit for people. I'm also kind of curious to see what the battery life is going to be. It's been rumored to be like maybe 3 hours battery life, and that could be okay. I think the 3DS was like 4 to 5 hour battery life. I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on that because I don't have a 3DS, so I can't really confirm that. But I think from my research, it's been about 4 to 5 hours battery life. And if the Nintendo Switch is like anywhere close to that, I guess it's okay, especially if it has more power than the 3DS. But we can't really be sure at this point. Overall, it's a really interesting time to be here as a gamer, and I hope that you guys, whether you're Nintendo fans or not, maybe tune in. You can stop by the stream if you want to poke fun, or if you want to just talk about the stream or whatever. I'm here to chat, but definitely I'm gonna look for a discussion, because I'm curious to see what you guys all expect out of the Switch, and the stream leading up that we're going to do before the presentation is going to be really interesting to see kind of what you guys want out of the Switch and what your guys' predictions are going to be, because I'm really curious about how much information are they going to give. Are they just going to regurgitate information onto us? Are they going to say, well, you know, here's some information, but we're not going to tell you other things? Because they've been known to do that before, and I want them to answer all of my questions. I want to know battery life, I want to know online, I want to know how I'm going to be able to play this with my friends, when I'm going to be playing this with my friends, where am I going to be able to play this, what it has in it, what are the launch of lineup games, what's the resolution, what can I expect if I go and buy a Switch. I want this presentation, I want this one, and I want the Treehouse event that is happening the next day, which we are also going to be streaming and then putting on YouTube as well. I want those events to make me want the Switch, because Nintendo has been not doing a lot of like marketing. They went on the Jimmy Fallon show, and that was cool, and they showed, you know, it kind of how it works, and they did their own Treehouse events and their presentations and stuff like that, but they didn't attend any major cons. They didn't say, you know, this is what we're gonna do. They're kind of doing their last minute marketing in the 11th hour of the Switch, because it's set to come out in March. It's January right now. They're doing all their marketing in January and February. That's not a lot of time to build up the hype train before they pull into the station. You know what I mean? So they need to try and do the marketing that they can. And this event is their big event to try and make us all want the Switch. I better walk out of watching the event going, I need the Switch and I need to get this. I don't want them to say, well, you know, here's some information and here's not, and then for me to be wishy-washy on it. I either need to know if I'm going to get it or not, and I would like to get it. I would like to know that I'm going to get it, but everything's up in the air right now. I mean, Nintendo's not giving us that much information. All we're getting is rumors, and it looks promising. They can promise us the moon, but let me see it. Let me see it in action, and we're going to get a lot of information this upcoming week. They are doing their first event in New York City, which is they're going to be hands-on press event, and a lot of YouTubers are going to be out and looking at that. So they're going to be relaying us with a lot of information, which we will be able to relate back to you guys. I'm not going, of course, but I'm going to try and compile a bunch of information to give for you guys to make you have an informed decision. Like, is it something that you guys want to see, or is it something that you want to get yourself, or what? Like, let me know. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my little rant here about what I expect to be on the Nintendo Switch versus what I hope to be on the Nintendo Switch versus what rumors we've had on the Nintendo Switch. It's a lot of information to take in, but hopefully all will be revealed later today for the event. The stream will be happening tonight at 7 p.m. is going to be the stream start Central Time, and the Nintendo Switch event is going to be 10 p.m. Central Time, so join me for that. And then tomorrow on Friday is going to be the Treehouse event in the morning. I'm recording this video before it goes up, but I'm talking as it is now. So on the let's see, the 12th is going to be the event at 10 p.m. So join me for that at twitch.tv/Iojiki if you want to see my reaction live, and you can always check this YouTube channel to see my reaction as it gets posted up. I'm going to try and get it up the next day if possible, so you'll be able to see that. Plus the Treehouse event is going to be going on Friday, and I will be watching that live as well. So if you want to join me for that or see the reaction of the Treehouse event, and the Treehouse event is basically where they're going to be going in depth on their games for their launch titles. So I assume it's going to be like 4 or 5 games that they may have in their launch title that they're going to go. So look forward to that. I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys join me tonight. It's going to be great, and I really hope you guys are going to be excited about it as I am, and I hope that we all walk out of the event going, this is great, not, well, I'm really disappointed, which is what a lot of people are bracing themselves for. I'm going to be painfully optimistic, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Bye.